everybody. You guys were at the parade earlier today, I'm sure. Some of you at the parade. Some of you enjoying coffee and coloring across the hall. It's my new favorite tradition here on the Video Game Track. Welcome to the Video Game Track presents Five Nights at Freddy's. We're going to do a Let's Play. We're setting that up right now. Give it up for Panina Chan, who's furiously getting set up here. And I am so thankful to Panina Chan personally. I am Rob Roberts, by the way. I am from a network called Voice Geeks Network, VogNetwork.com, where I host a show called Orange Lounge Radio, live on Sunday nights at 6 Pacific, 9 Eastern for about 2.5 hours. It's actually the longest running podcast about video games. I've been doing it for 16 years. Wow. I can't believe it. So, yeah, I know it's older than most fans of this game, which is a little... No, I'm teasing. Anyway, no, but I'm so thankful to Panina Chan for doing this because when I played, and don't get me wrong, I love Five Nights at Freddy's, okay? You guys love Five Nights at Freddy's? Yeah. This is what I sound like playing Five Nights at Freddy's. You ready? Yeah. I'm sorry, doggy, I'm sorry, but that's what you're gonna get when you play Five Nights at Freddy's.
It's scared dog.
Chica? Is the dog's name Chica? Oh, with the Let's See. Of course, she's cosplaying as Chica. I got it. Today you are Chica. Okay. Anyway, so who's gonna fess up? That's you too when you play this game. All right. Yeah, I know. That's how it goes. But it's a lot of fun. But here's the thing about Sister Location. With Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location, we got some additional voice acting in the game, so that it's not just myself listening to my own screams, but we get to hear the many talents of some of these wonderful voice actors with the game. So please help me welcome to the stage, you guys, Julie Shields. Hi, Julie. You're some of the female computer voices in the game, right? Yeah, awesome. All right, also help me welcome Kellen Goth. Are you streaming that right now?
Nah, just videotaping.
Okay.
By the way, that was a really good Homer scream you just did. How's it going, everybody? You having a good Dragoncon so far? Awesome.
The voice of Funtime Freddy. And last but not least, say hello, everybody, to Circus Baby Heather Master. Alright, well, welcome you guys. Welcome to Dragoncon. And I know you guys have already done it. You've done one Five Nights panel already, right? Or is this,
yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna have to improvise a little bit while the game is kind of getting up and running. So then we'll have you guys maybe talk a little bit about the game while we have a Panina Chan on the end there and play that. But I know she's getting all set up. So why don't I just start with like a couple questions, and then if I run out of questions, maybe some of you guys have some questions, we can get to some of those. All right, awesome. I figured that would be the case.
Can I just preface things by saying, if I stare awkwardly out into the audience, it's because I'm so obsessed with cosplay, so I'm like...
Like, look at Magic right there. She's little Chica. The little puppy up in front.
Can we have our if you're cosplaying something from Five Nights, can you stand up for a minute so we can make sure our panelists see all the awesome costumes there?
Whoa! Incredible. I'm always in awe at the creativity of this community and how you guys can just whip something together in like a week and it looks incredible. 2 weeks. Or 2 weeks. Or 3. Or however long. I couldn't do that
or,
in 2 years.
2 days when you're high.
So, impressive.
Or, 2 days when you're high.
All right, let me start with this. How did you guys get connected with this series? Because I mean, this was a series that had already existed for 4 games, and then now we're going to be putting voice acting in this newest version of the game. How did you guys get connected with the series? And
well, we all auditioned for it. I mean, did you know about it beforehand?
Well, I didn't know what we were auditioning for.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I have a water. It's one of those spy microphones.
She says it's one of those spy microphones.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go.
Hello.
Yeah, no, I didn't know what I was auditioning for because it didn't say the title of the game.
He's very secretive.
Yeah, so
the Scott guy.
Yeah, so I didn't know, and I don't think they knew exactly either.
No,
Yeah.
I all it said that was that I was costumed entertainer until the game came out, and that's when I found out I was Freddy. Yeah, I didn't know until way late.
Yeah, and even like as far as the story and everything, yeah, we found that out along with you, so.
So when you actually acted, did you know that you were these, big characters in this big series, or did they not even tell you any of that until? That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I knew something because it was Scott Cawthon, so I knew what it was associated with.
You had a one-up on us because you were in FNAF World as Baby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Okay. No,
When you have to remind the voice actress of her own history. Welcome to Dragoncon. Glad we're all here now.
That's really okay, but weirdly enough, that's a new thought to me because I just assumed we all came in together, but I forgot that he introduced me briefly before. So you're right. Okay, never mind. All right, move on. That didn't happen.
Okay, so I was gonna ask, because you guys see all this rampant, I'm sure, like fan theory, like part of almost the fun of the first couple games, and subsequent in the series for me was just reading all like what the fans have come up with about these crazy theories about what it means. So I was gonna ask if any of that played into what you guys delivered, but since you didn't totally know, you couldn't really see that stuff till after, right?
I mean, that is true, but it's not very uncommon as a voice actor. A lot of times things are pretty top secret and we have no idea what it is that we're working on. And a lot of times things, even if we're given a title, it's just a working title and it's not really, so even if you try to research it, nothing will come up because it's usually, a lot of times it's a fake title, like it's named after a type of tree or a plant or and that's just a working name. So a lot of times we just don't know.
The reason for that is because in the past they have been more transparent, but people have leaked stuff early, and that's against the marketer's wishes. So it sort of tore the campaign a little bit. But in the first game, I mean, we didn't know anything, so we just went into it fresh. But in the following games, at least for me, I tried to go into it as I do with all voice acting roles with a completely clean slate and no outside influence so that I can make something new and memorable for you guys.
Well, and it's funny because I created my own backstory for Baby because, like he said, Scott's very, secretive, there you go. And so I created my own sad, tragic backstory for her. And so even when we came back and she was Scrap Baby, in my mind it was, she's been through a rough time, right?
Yeah.
So she's got a little anger and bitterness, but like, she's still, I didn't realize until I was doing an interview with someone and they were like talking about how she's this evil villain and like she's really evil, and I was like, say what? Because to me, and still, like, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that, because to me, she's just, tortured, and sometimes you act out in that.
Nobody's ever truly evil. Everybody thinks they're the good guy.
Yeah, I just can't. I love her, and I just can't.
And that plays into it, too, because when we came back for Molten Freddy and Scrap Baby, all Scott said was to do Funtime Freddy, at least for me, in sort of a low, more sinister, more menacing voice. And I thought, oh, something happened to Funtime Freddy. Nope, new character. That's the kind of curveballs he throws at us. And honestly, it keeps us on our toes, so I wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay, so I mentioned at the beginning that I scare myself a lot when I play these games, which is what it's all about. So you guys are in the interesting perspective where your voices are in the game, so therefore, have you managed to scare yourself?
Have you?
What's really funny is that coming from the perspective of inside her head, when I watched the playthrough, and evidently people were creeped out by me, I almost got a little bit offended because I was like, I think she sounds really sweet and, sad and
So sweet.
Generally, what I'll do is watch like Markiplier, Daco.
Yeah!
Yeah. And shout out to Daco. He just dropped today there's this thing he does called the FNAF Show, and he does interviews with all of us. And today he dropped the theme song for the second one, and it's beautifully animated. I forget the animator. I'm very sorry about that, but it's just all beautiful. And myself and Joe Gaudette and Christopher McCullough and some and Becky Shrimpton, we all sang in the theme song for it. So check that out after this or during this, whatever you want.
If we bore you.
Yeah, but to answer your question, because I've sort of like paced myself and prepared myself by watching other people scream at it, it sort of softened the blow because I'm a little baby. I can't. Scary stuff. Like, I like creepypastas, but I don't like scary.
Oh, right.
However, I've never said this before. After Five Nights at Freddy's, this was like a couple months ago, but I didn't have a nightmare about Five Nights at Freddy's, but I did wake up screaming and sweaty because I dreamt that Chuck E. Cheese was coming towards me with a big open mouth. That's a creepypasta as well. I think that might be where I got it, but I'm sure some of this fandom leaked into my subconscious. But yeah, you guys got me. Good job.
All right, I think we're still getting the system set up. I see the TV's on, so we're making progress over there. So we're getting closer. So big hand to everybody that's trying to make it work. Our volunteers, technology is difficult. So we'll hopefully get up here soon. Let me just check the audience, see if you guys have any questions. We have a microphone down over here. I'm hoping it's on. Bobby, would you give that a tap, see if it's... Uh-oh. Is the switch? There might be a switch.
Won't.
All right, I see a hand over here.
Okay, there we go. Let's get some questions.
I mean, I have questions, but you guys probably have better questions, so it's all good. I'm not offended. What's your name and what's your question?
Okay, my name is Derek, and I have a question for Heather. If I recall correctly, the guy you were interviewed by was Dotco. When he told you the whole storyline of, you know, Baby, how did you feel? Can you go into more detail about that?
Well, can I just say that YouTube is rough,
Sorry.
okay? Because, you know, back in the day, you do something stupid and it just dies. And it goes, Actually, that is so, like, that raw, like, him being like, oh no, she's evil, and then the legit me, like, say, what? You know?
You're just experiencing this now, huh?
And then I felt so stupid because everyone's like, yeah, everybody knows she's evil. But except me. So, but at the same time, like, unless it comes from Scott's mouth, I'm gonna find a way around it. And everyone can do lore. So I can do lore just like you. And so, you know, I'll make up what I need to make
but
it.
But none of what she
okay.
says is canon.
No, yeah,
Yeah, you don't take it as canon.
Except that Baby's not bad.
And be careful,
Besides that.
Be careful, because this one in front might be YouTubing right now. I'm not sure. So.
Hey, whatever. Man, I grew up with YouTube, though I was used to that stuff early. I'm sure there's a video of 13-year-old me doing the caramel dancing somewhere.
Would you care to show us what that would look like right now?
Sure.
All right.
Oh my God.
All right.
It was all the rage back in the double aughts.
Make sure some of that click revenue goes to literacy action, okay? All right.
Hi, I just have a question. Also, I love all of you guys. I think this game is
We love you too.
Yes. I already talked to Miss Heather about this, but I was wondering, what is your favorite FNAF character besides your character? Or, you know.
Mine is Ballora. Yeah, because I always love ballerinas, but creepy ballerinas are even better, so she's my favorite.
Did you like what was it called, Black Swan with Mila
Yes.
Kunis?
Oh yeah.
Did you like that movie?
Yeah, I like that movie. Yeah, you got freaky ballerinas.
Let's make a Black Swan parody with Ballora.
Yeah.
I love that.
I love it.
I really like Mangle because his or her, whatever it wants to be, its design is it's so unique. It's like it's got an arm here and a leg where it's not supposed to be, and I just love oblong designs that stray from the norm. It doesn't always have to be humanoid, you know? It could be some amalgamation of spaghetti tentacles with a big bear face. Like, what
And my favorite is Mr. Hippo because
Oh.
like I like the funny and that like nice to him
the
and then,
funny.
and then
Mr.
the
Hippo.
huge pauses where it's over. Oh no, it's not over. And he goes again.
Yeah.
I love it. I
That's,
love it. He's hilarious.
I think that's the first, is that the first time Scott's used voice acting to troll you guys? I think if it's not the first, it's the best in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
I think we had another question down in the front here. Hi, what's your name? What's your question?
My name is Gus,
Hi guys.
and I'm wondering what sent Baby to go wild and grab the girl.
In your
From the
opinion, at
minigame.
least. Yeah. We can't say for sure because we don't write the canon. That's up to Scott. But in your opinion, what could have done it?
Well, like I said, I created my own backstory. So, honestly, from my own backstory that I created, which is not canon, I imagined a lot of abuse because the animatronics were sent out and rented out, and so I imagined a lot of abuse in her history that would lead to a lot of anger and rage
Like, no offense to you, to people who are below the age of 10, but children can be very rough with animatronics. They're like, oh, does this bend this way?
The Christian mango.
Yeah.
So is that sort of what you meant?
Yeah, I think, just. Well, I mean, I made it sad because in order to be
Was that, would you say that was your motivation for that then? Like the sadness behind it?
Oh! For me, that was
Hey! It's working. Woo!
I always love the
Yeah, they have
theme.
little TVs throughout.
I was going to say, are you like describing it now?
I think there is, so I apologize, we may not be able to get to all the questions, but if we get to like a lull, we'll try to get a few more questions here later, but I think we'll go ahead and fire it up. Now, I think we are going to be starting in the tutorial section, right? So we have yeah. All right,
Mr. Andy Field.
We wish Andy could be here with us.
I know.
But he's over in the state where Elvis was born.
I love this girl, by the way. This is Zira's daughter.
Welcome to the first day of your exciting new career. Whether you were approached at a job fair, read our ad and screws, bolts, and hairpins, or if this is the result of a dare,
So,
well,
do you
I will be your personal guide to help you get started. I'm a Model 5 of the Handyman's Robotics and Unit Repair System.
I'm going to assume
You
most
can't
people have
only
probably seen the introduction, so I'm going to talk over it a little bit, you guys, if you don't mind. If you want to see the introduction, I mean, buy the game, right? Listen to the game. Okay. So, but let me ask, since you talk about, oh, I love this, are you voice actors for this game? Do you all kind of like keep in touch? I know it's kind of also a small industry, so you probably end up on other projects together, but you guys...
We're a big old family. At our first convention at SAC Anime, we all became quick
Get out, I'm from SAC, and that's going... There's a SAC anime going around.
Sacramento!
Yes.
Yeah, that was actually, yes, Kellen and I ate Eggs Benedict on the last
We
morning we were
did!
together.
There was a
really
hotel
fun.
buffet, and I was like, oh boy, I better take a picture of this, because it was like eggs Benedict.
On the buffet. It was magical. Yeah, and we all have kind of worked on different projects together too, but we don't really work together a lot. Like, cause we don't, you know what I mean? Like, we're not recording at the same time.
Yeah, I know. If you guys don't already know, a lot of voice actors kind of do their roles individually, and they don't often get together in the same room to tape together, which is a bummer. But
So we've all done like.
It used to be that they did it a lot, but generally for cartoons, I don't really see, like 99.9999% of video games record separately. So we're never really in the same room, which is sad because when we're in the same room, it's like a play, we can act off of each other, but it makes it technically hard to separate them. Who's Snoot, you boopin'?
this is why I'm on this end asking questions and not playing, because I'm already scared, just so you know. I do want to make sure I get this out at some point, because this is very important for the fans of Five Nights who really appreciate you guys and the work that you've done on this game. What are some of the other projects you're working on right now that you can talk about? Like, what are some of the more recent things that are out that you want to talk about?
Let's give her some that.
Sure. I've got a few video games. One that's an RPG. I love RPGs, so I'm really excited about it. But that's all I can say. But it's really great. I also got to be involved in something that I adored as a kid, so it's really exciting to be a part of the franchise, and that is Archie Comics just came out with a motion comic version of the Archie, the new Riverdale, and you can watch it on Spotify, and it's very cool because you can watch, listen, and it's interactive to the comics, and I play Betty Cooper, which is so great.
Iconic.
So hooray.
Has anyone ever voiced her before you? Maybe someone, but I've never heard of a Betty Cooper voice actress until you.
Ooh, I like it.
So maybe you're the first. Good.
Lights.
Yes.
So, the thing I'm allowed to talk about right now, there's plenty of stuff that's protected by non-disclosure agreements, but right now I'm in this little anime called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh,
In Diamond Unbreakable.
dude.
And a couple episodes from now, a few, maybe, I'm going to be a very important character to the season. So I look forward to revealing that when the time comes. But for now, I'm just a couple guys here and there. I was a delinquent, I was a newscaster, blah, blah, blah.
I just finished one horror game that's coming out in September, so coming out soon. But I don't think I can say the name yet until they actually announce it. I've also been working on a lot of board games, like doing narration for the board games. So yeah, it's kind of fun. It's kind of like narrating a choose your own adventure book. Any which way you move, the story changes. So it's really fun to kind of narrate and be all the characters. So that's been going on. But there's like 200,000 words, so it's pretty epic project.
So it's kind of like an audiobook?
Yeah, it's kind of like an audiobook, only there's so many different ways you can go. And then I do a lot of stuff at Funimation, so I do a lot of anime. Just finished Tokyo Ghoul last season. Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody. I was Xena in that. That was a lot of fun. She was a mage, so she was kind of, so yeah, just mostly anime.
You can play the tutorial.
It's awesome. Can I slide something in?
Of course, please.
I'm so sorry. I'm working with a really great indie developer on a new game called Mother Gunship, which is it's called Bullet Hell. For those of you that wish to meet Bullet Hell. Bullet Heck.
Bullet heck.
And it's a really great, you get to craft your own gun, and there are no limits. You can craft any gun that your mind can imagine and try to destroy aliens with it. So it's a very cool game.
Or this is my favorite thing to do is like swing the mouse around while you're doing it, because then you get popcorn all over the place, and it's like just want to clean that up, Just get popcorn all over the ground. These are the talented Christopher McCullough and Amber Lee Connors doing this, and Bob Barnes as the narrator.
Woo!
And Amber is also in Funimation stuff along with you.
Amber a lot, and Dallas. Yeah.
She's a lovely lady.
Very nice.
She likes to cosplay Chica, in fact.
at me go.
And this is Elizabeth, right? Like that's
Welcome back for another night of intellectual stimulation, pivotal career choices, and self-reflection on past mistakes.
I love this
We're
one.
committed to creating a unique and fulfilling work experience.
Yeah, maybe there's a little lower, just make sure we can hear our panelists over the game.
Don't get tired of the voice.
So I have a feeling I already know the answer to this, but like just like in that last scene with the popcorn, a lot of visuals. Did you guys get any visuals when you were doing your prompts, or nope, just a script, nothing?
Just our lines. No context for the scene. We just had to make it all up. But do you guys think we did a satisfactory job of that? Are you guys satisfied? Please tell us you like us. We're actors. We crave your approval. Thank you, guys. No, you guys are the reason that we keep doing this. Whenever we see that, whenever you guys tell us, oh, hey, you inspired us to get into voice acting, or we really like what you did, it inspires us to keep going. So thank you guys so much for your comments. Yeah, it should be all of you that's up here on this tiny stage. Yeah.
It is very hard.
Now, Panita Champ, before you get too far into night 2, I want to make sure people know that they can see you playing this game other times, right?
Absolutely,
Oh.
yes. I run my own Twitch channel Tuesdays and Thursdays for pen plays. And then Wednesdays I do a ladies' night with me and Mad Woman Muses. Where is she?
Is she with her hand up?
Eddie, this damn guess. The time traveler.
Yeah, and I did try play. She dared me to play one of the Freddy's ones, the 4th one, and no, I did not survive the experience.
Quickly saying there was a mental breakdown.
Whoops, sorry.
I get that though. I'm with you. Like because I want to, I love the games that I'm a part of, and I want to assimilate with them and understand it. So I bought the first Freddy, and I got to night 2, and after like an hour, I told my husband, I was like, I gotta stop.
Funny story.
Oh, actually, can I interrupt? This guy that's talking right now, the angsty teen, we still don't know who he is, where he is. None of us have ever talked to him except Scott. And I don't think anybody's even asked Scott about it, so.
You should check on Ballora and make sure she's on her stage, but
Fantastic.
He is fantastic, we just don't know who he is.
He's a
Anyone
mystery.
can find that out. Looks like
guess
he
Ballora
knows.
has better things to do.
It was him. It was him! It's angsty teen, it was him! Grab him, security!
I've never did the rest of Secret Mates too, so.
We don't know who did this either.
Oh.
You know, sometimes when voice actors are doing a game, they get the prompts that say, just kind of like ambient noise, that you have to make, I just need like a groan or a happy noise.
We call that Walla.
Okay, so was there any like interesting types of those prompts that you had to do for your role?
You know what's funny? No. But I did actually send Scott over some potential jump scare screams. I don't know to this day if he's used them, but I sent them over, and if he used them, that's the closest thing to it. Stuff like that. Sorry about that.
Whoa.
Sorry, Magic. Did that upset you?
Oh.
Maybe.
For those in the back, there's a helper dog in the front row here, so we just want to make sure we're not scaring the doggy.
I still have your trading card, Magic. She has trading cards. Happy pup. Anywho.
Okay, I have a question, and I'm sorry that I don't know everything. Does this little guy have a name? The little...
Oh, Magic Man.
Does he
He
have
looks like...
Magic Man?
Man,
Magic Man?
Thank you.
He always looked like Don Knotts to me.
I've never heard anyone name him before, and he's very memorable to me. Like, he's a great little dude.
If Magic Man had a voice, what would he sound like, Heather?
Oh, baby, come out to play. Oh.
Let's try another virtual shot.
Baby's right here. Baby. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know I was at
Yeah, I don't think she talks yet.
I think
There seems to
She
be
talks after all the lights go
affecting
out.
our ability to properly motivate baby.
Yes, and I
We can't
want
motivate
you
her.
to listen
While I
to the
reboot the
evil
system.
hand unit.
I will be offline momentarily
do,
during this process.
you will die.
Various other systems may be offline as well, such as security doors, vent locks, and oxygen. Restart.
We're gonna last 1 minute.
Bye-bye.
What is
It is a privilege to breathe in that building.
It's a privilege to breathe in every Five Nights at Freddy's game.
Please come.
That's so menacing. Just your little like
Lower calorie maintenance vent opened.
maintenance vent.
Oh yeah, that's Julie.
It's me. So I didn't have any wallet really, because I'm a computer, so I didn't get to make any
I don't recognize you. You are new. I remember
Do
this
you feel like that's crazy
scenario.
straight out the gate?
However,
Yes,
it's a
yes.
strange thing to want to do. To come here.
She's in denial.
Just to come here.
Can you say what
No.
she just said?
To spend their nights. I don't recognize you. Well, I knew.
So I have a question
Oh,
because I'm
wow.
always curious about this. So I would like to know
There is a space under the desk.
who believed me. No, it's okay. Can I talk over my own voice? Is that rude?
As long as you don't mind.
I am really curious. Like, if anyone's played the game or just listened, I would really like to know because it seemed everyone listened to me and did what I told them to do. That I know of. So, except like Markiplier who gave me the finger straight out the gate.
The thumbs up!
But besides that, I would like to know, like, who believed me? Who believed that I'm going to help you?
I didn't.
Follow me?
Okay.
How
I would
naive.
like to know, 'cause now I feel like maybe others just didn't know. Who straight out the gate was like, she will kill you? Oh, come on!
It was kind of like half
You
and
got
half.
good instincts.
Yeah, a lot of people got a little uncomfortable when I...
Oh my god, I hated this part.
Because Daddy.
Oh.
That was a good half and half, though. It's nice to have a little bit of that.
Now we're getting interesting.
I think these are voiced by Zara, right?
Yes.
Zara Naki.
How is her last name?
Shout out to her.
Yeah, she's in the UK.
Oh, Magic Scare!
Keep the door closed.
Puppy, it's okay.
Okay, I forgot that we were playing live, and I will freak out, so I'm trying to. I gotta play.
This is why I was like,
They're opening it.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Give her pettings. I think she's scared. Scared puppy.
He's so
This is much. Dude, this is much more fun.
The thumbs up!
Multiplayer protection.
it's all in good fun, though. You know, I gotta hand it to Scott because he has managed to make a game, and I think that's part of the best.
Oh god.
Can I just say that I love that she two-handed the mouse?
I think there's one
I'm
more.
pretty sure that's what saved the day.
Stress.
Second hand.
I feel like I'm at a midnight screening of Halloween where the entire audience is like, don't go behind the door!
Here's Heather again.
That you must restart the system manually. He will then tell you to crawl through Ballora Gallery as fast as you can to reach the breaker room.
This is one of my
If
favorite.
you follow his instructions, you will die.
I love that.
You will die.
And you know her. She will catch you. The power will be restored shortly. When you crawl through Ballora Gallery, go slowly. She cannot see you and can only listen for your movement.
Should I like switch seats and have him like breathing in? Help the situation.
I don't think she needs that right now.
Okay, here's the problem. I won't be able to hear, so.
Oh yeah, we have to be very, very quiet. This is Magic's favorite part of the piano. They told me that my job is to fill the dead air. But right now I kinda don't want to. The tension is palpable. Now I feel like it's a tennis match.
What's setting me off is
Score.
usually in the headphones you can tell if it's right or left. I can't orientate myself right now.
And she's coming for the bogey. And
It seems you are taking
Damn it, hand unit.
And it went into the rough. You have to shoot for a birdie on this one.
I forgot that one.
A silent show of hands. Who's rooting for the jump scare?
He said silent.
Oh, really?
Show of hands, who here has never played Sister Location before?
Sorry.
I played the first 5 minutes.
Wow, that's a lot.
I played the 6th and Ultima Custom Night, just not the...
You should probably mention that Sister Location is available now on Steam.
That's right, it's available. It's on Steam, the App Store on iTunes, so you can get it on your phone in the Google Play Store.
I'm so close. I'm so close.
So close yet so far.
The door.
Run.
No, it's just dark.
I'm very annoyed at the fact that my heart is like, when I should be.
Like the walking, it sounds like
Go away, Ballora!
We're right there.
Who goes to work wearing flip-flops? It's one of the guys wearing flip-flops. Or hard soldiers.
For those of you that have played the game, there is something very satisfactory and like very satisfying about watching the voice actors have to go through this and kind of get
Yes.
by all this stuff they inflicted on you.
Very.
Revenge.
Give it up for Dragoncon quietly.
So close.
Interface with the breaker control box. Using the interface may disrupt nearby electronics. If you feel you are in danger, feel free to disconnect the interface temporarily until it is safe to reconnect.
He's so cheerful.
I feel like someone jacked the volume up just in case of the jump scare.
Oh.
Please no. Please no.
Oh, you got it now.
Yeah, I got it now.
I guess it's one of the hardest.
Go back to sleep. Nobody's here.
Go for it. Becky Shrimpton, everybody. My bonbon.
You're right.
No.
Okay. And this is where we die.
Everyone dies.
Black
much more fun.
Oh,
3, 2, 1. Close. You screw yourself.
It's me, Mickey Mouse.
Shout out to Chuck E. Cheese.
What happened? I missed it.
He was right on the screen.
I think we should turn all the lights out.
Lights out! Lights out! Lights out! Lights out! Lights out! Lights!
We do have to have, just for fire marshal, we do have to have some safety lighting.
All right, fair enough.
But again, if you want to turn all the lights off at home, it's now available.
That's what I do. I turn all the lights off.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm shaking. This is the scariest panel.
I can record her now on this screen because the lights are out.
It's kind of your fault, though.
Coming with the rose.
Right now, it's my fault.
not today.
Markiplier would be proud.
I know you're over there somewhere.
This is nice. I like it.
It's much more fun than watching it.
Oh yeah. Bidum, 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 bidum.
I'm the champion!
Okay, if it gives anyone any vindication at all, I did physically assault him. Not intentionally, but it happened. So.
And Panina, if it makes you feel
I'm the
any better
closest
when you
thing to
jump, I jumped
punishing.
again at the same time.
You will now be required to crawl through the Ballora gallery. It is recommended that you stay low to the ground and reach the other side as fast.
Should we just stop it there?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
You guys get your fix? I think I'm satisfied. I think I got you guys.
Why don't we bring the lights? Why don't we bring the lights back up and try to get a few more of the questions? Y'all got.
Just finished the Five Nights at Freddy's panel. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's super loud right now. But we're heading back to the Hilton. It is currently like 1:55, so I have about 35 minutes to get to the next panel, which means there's going to be a long-ass line. So hopefully we'll get to see these guys in the Hall of Fame, and because they are not YouTubers, or well, not movie stars or anything, it won't cost any money to, like, you know, take a picture, get an autograph, stuff like that. Honestly, I really just want to talk to them and vlog with them, because I just find it really, really cool to have interaction with people that make video games and people that do YouTube as well. So that's what I find really cool about YouTube, is that you get to connect with people and say, like, hey, even if I'm a small channel, I can check, like, see with this guy and, like, check him out and say, hey, I'm your fan, I also do YouTube, and I think you're really cool. So we're gonna go to there, and I'm gonna stop vlogging because I gotta go really fast and try to get through the crowd, and we'll see you guys there. So hopefully we'll try to get with Kyle, we'll try to get with some of them that you just saw at the Five Nights one. But yeah, should be pretty cool. So I'll see you guys in a bit. It's gonna be a long line. There's like 10 rows of people in a, I don't even know how long of a foot line.